Welcome all humans and other species. My name is Lara and this is Zollar Tarot and Art. And today what I'm going to be doing is drawing an image that I received as a download through meditation. And I'm also going to be reading your tarot and oracle cards, and we're going to be tying everything together. So the image that I received, it was a little bit haunting. It had the main part of it had a tree right in the center, and it was a really long, elongated tree with very stylized branches. And I'll be developing this this drawing throughout the reading, but I won't finish it during the reading. I'll finish it afterwards and tack it on to the end so you can see the end result. But right now I just kind of want to give you an idea of what I saw. Now I keep hearing this song that I feel like ties in with this, and it's by a singer called Gogol Bordello, and he was part of a band called I think they're called the Gypsy Punks. Anyway, the song is Through the Roof and Underground, and the lyrics to that are, when there's a trap set up for you in every corner of this town, and so you learn the only way to go is underground. When there's a trap set up for you in every corner of your room, and so you learn the only way to go is through the roof. Ooh, through the roof, underground. And I would definitely look that up because the lyrics are actually pretty deep. I first heard of Gogol Bordello, the singer, from a movie called Wrist Cutters. And this kept popping into my head, and so there must be a reason, and so I'm just going to go ahead and tell you a little bit about it. Now, Wrist Cutters, it centers around this like younger male, this younger guy who ends up trying to take his own life, and he goes to sort of this purgatory, and he meets these people that he becomes friends with, and he has a good time, which is very different than how his life was before he tried to take his life. He was very sad and depressed. So there might be someone here who is dealing with some depression. I mean, if you're so far gone that you're becoming like a wrist cutter or something like that, if you're hurting yourself or you intend to hurt yourself, please, please, please get help right away. And I put the suicide hotline prevention number at the bottom and the information under this video, so use that if you need it. But it might just be that you're going through a depression. And this movie was interesting because it was like all the friends that he made and even falling in love happened in this purgatory. And he does actually live and come back, and he realizes that the woman he falls in love with in purgatory came back too, and they had a reason to live because they loved each other, and it changed everything. So it was all his perspective, right? Anyway, that singer Gogol Bordello was in that movie as well as a singer who had killed himself, and so it's interesting. I haven't seen it in years, but for some reason I feel like whomever this reading is for, you need to go and watch that. So also part of this drawing, what I was seeing, the part that was really kind of haunting was there were these really elongated, sort of not too descript buildings, houses, or whatever they were, and they were sort of side by side, different heights, and sort of gave this overall, it was behind this tree, like there was a city or something, and there was this one single tree that stood out in front of everything. So I will develop this a little bit more later, but I think right now we'll go ahead and pull some cards and see what we can see if we get some answers and things like that. So anyway, I hope everyone's doing well. I'm doing fantastic and really happy to sit down and do another reading. It's been a very busy few days. You know, this time of year there are lots of parties and stuff like that. So, and being a sensitive, being around lots of people means that I also have to take a few days off to recharge and get everybody out of my head and, and all of that. So if you're a sensitive, you know, that you might have that kind of issue too. But salt baths work really well, resting more, drinking a lot of water, electrolytes, things like that. All of that helps. Wearing your crystals, whatever works for you, doing your prayers. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a spread for you. I'm going to speed it up so it doesn't take too much time. So here we go. Okay, so I have laid out all your cards and have looked them over. And from what I can see, it definitely ties into that movie I was talking about, Risk Cutters, where the guy, he has to go to purgatory to actually fall in love with the person, a certain person and everything, who's also in purgatory for the same reason. They're both risk cutters, right? They both tried to kill themselves. And in that purgatory, they were having a lot good time partying, and they didn't have all the obligations they'd had in the world when they were alive. Uh, and it took a new perspective and then a letting go to really to see how things were. Now, I definitely recommend that. It's actually a fun movie. It's actually a funny movie. There's some good stuff in it. So what I'm seeing here is that you're a person who has done a lot of healing. And when I say healing, it could be physical healing, but I feel like this is also like emotional healing. Like she see how right here, how she's like got her hands around her heart and it's glowing. So to me, that looks like it's a lot of emotional healing from things in the past that have really hurt. It could be even something that was recent. There's several places in here where there's some new stuff coming in. You're going to get new offers. That could mean new money. You might have some new goals, a new job, some extra income. But you have done the healing well enough that you are very grounded and you have worked very hard. And I have a couple cards here that indicate working really hard and developing your skills and being very masterful. And again, temperance here. This means to me that you've taken the time to get very, very balanced. And you have a couple of cards here actually about 3 cards that talk about balance. And so I can see you doing that. Now there's some guy coming in or some person. When I say guy or he, she, whatever, this is the genders are interchangeable. So just take what works for you. As a matter of fact, this reading is a general reading, not a personal reading. So keep that in mind as well. So like this card here, there's a frog sitting on a horse, and there's a frog in a suit, but he's still a frog, right? And he's a frog on a beautiful white stallion, but he's still a frog. And he's got a cup here in his hand that is obviously not overflowing because it's kind of tipped and there's no water coming out or nothing's coming out of it. So he doesn't really have a lot to offer because he's a frog. He's got a rose in his mouth, like he's real romantic, but he's still a frog. And right here, you can see that there's like this heart with a hook in it. So it's almost like this person's trying to hook you, or they have tried to hook you. And yeah, so you might have been dealing with somebody who is constantly trying to like nab you or nab your heart and everything. But you've healed so much. You've got the star here again, that's twice here. And this is a card of healing. It could be also that you have a lot of influence, like you might be someone in the spotlight. But I feel like this is a lot of this has to do with all this healing that you have done. And sitting right next to the Four of Wands, which is about celebration. So you're starting to have fun again. It's like the characters in that Purgatory and Risk Cutters. It's like they finally started having fun again and they found their passion, which is the Ace of Wands here. So, and it brought them good fortune. This is the Wheel of Fortune, which means things are turning in your favor. This is actually great fortune. And this could be happening in multiple domains of your life, in your love life, in your career, your finances, your home, et cetera, your relationships of various kinds. And good. So, and we had a reinforcement of the Ace of Wands down here too. So we have the Ace of Wands twice. So I'm getting a lot of really finding your passion because you started having fun again. And I'm really glad to see that. So having fun is part of the healing process. It's once you get over all the sorrow. But people are going to want to come in and they're going to want to be part of this. They're going to want to work with you. They're going to make you offers, whether they're love offers or they want to collaborate with you because they see you've got something good going on and they want to be part of that. They want the recognition too. They want the money too and all of that. But I see, because you've got the Nine of Pentacles down here, that you're mostly just going to be doing things on your own, which I do recommend right now. I think, maybe just be really careful about taking on any kind of partnerships of any kind, whether it's a professional thing or a romantic thing. Just be really, really cautious. And I see you are, because right here you've got the Two of Cups. This is a partnership, lovers coming in. And the Four of Pentacles, see how this sort of pig person here is like holding back the pentacles. She's kind of like, she's like, I don't know if I want to give you my pentacle or not. So she's being really kind of conservative with what she gives out because she knows in the past from previous experiences that sometimes if you're just a really honest and open person, and I know this from experience myself, when you're really honest and open, you're authentic, there are people who will see that kindness as some sort of opportunity to take advantage, and they see kindness as weakness. And that's simply not the truth. But, there are people who will do that. So this person has learned to just kind of hold back their secrets, hold back their ideas, hold back their money, hold back certain things to especially with romantic partners or business partners of any kind, because they've been burned before. So, excuse me. But it's interesting because it's sitting right next to the Six of Wands. And the Six of Wands is about altruism. It's about charity. It's also about giving and receiving equally. This person's getting almost like recognition or accolades for the type of person they are and the work that they have done. And so you want to be able to give. You're a very giving person. I see that. Yeah, very loving. And you really are done with being taken advantage of, and you want to move forward in your life, and you'd love to have a nice partner in life, business or romantic, but they have to be the right partner. And so what I see here is this Nine of Pentacles that's kind of coming in. Now the Nine of Pentacles is very slow moving. They plod along, but they're solid. So they give solid offers. They they do make it to the finish line. Sometimes they're sort of like the tortoise that takes its time to, but it does get to the finish line and it does win. So that's the kind of person, a reliable person, I guess, is like the energy that I'm getting off of this, a reliable person coming in. And that's what you need, because you're this independent woman or person who is, self-made. You live in luxury and you like living a good life and everything. You want to be happy. You like your peace, and it's hard earned. And you're willing to stay solo and be self-sufficient and not have to rely upon anyone. You're willing to stay independent if you have to, if the right person doesn't come along. But this person is coming along if they haven't already arrived, and it ignites a new passion. I'm going to show you this card, and this passion. See this? There's like there's like a painting palette with a paintbrush here. There's music. There's treasure hunting, a treasure hunting map. There's books. There's writing, because there's like a quill here. And all of these like talents and things are starting to emerge and can be made stronger if you do find the right business partner or a romantic partner or both. So this person is definitely going to be igniting something inside of you that's really going to be nice. And because you're staying like really emotionally balanced, you're going to be able to handle having all these choices to make. You've got the Two of Pentacles. So that's like having to deal with a lot of different things at once and making choices. It's not decisions. So it's not like you have to like, I better make a decision or else. But you do have to make choices. There might be some things that you have to give up so that you can focus on what you do choose yourself. It's a very powerful place to be in, though, because you get to choose. So yeah, I'm getting a lot of great balance, and you went through your own particular brand of purgatory, your own particular, test, feeling like you were at rock bottom and wanting to leave the planet maybe, to get through and come back and be renewed, and to have new passion and new love and new inspiration. So that's really wonderful. And so, I'm seeing almost with this drawing that, this blossoming tree here is almost like the inspiration that is sort of hanging over all of this sort of gloom, doom, typical Matrix type of background. All of these sort of nondescript houses, long and, it's almost like foreboding and kind of depressing and stuff like that. I see you rising above the rest, right? Or this new passions rise above all of these old bad habits, or, getting rid of the people that, have brought you down, or things like that, that are not lifting you up to be in this place of splendor and luxury. So we're going to pull 3 oracle cards from this deck, and we're going to move on to some of the other sections as well. So what else does this collective need to know, please, about this? What do they need to know? Oh, that's nice. Okay, one more, please. What does collective need to know, please? Wow. All right, one more, please. What does this collective need to know? Huh. Well, good for you. Wow, this is nice. And I'll tell you why. So you've got good luck, protection, and willpower. So obviously you're very, very protected. You're very abundant too. This card always reminds me of the Empress card in the tarot. And so, because she looks kind of pregnant, she's holding the earth. So you're very in touch with the earth too. And almost like with the Fae, you're protected. See the angel wings here? And I know you had temperance earlier. Where was temperance? Temperance was up here, see? Temperance is also about protection, at least when I read it. So what I'm seeing is you're very, very protected, which is nice. You must be working with your ancestors, or you have guides around you or something that are protecting you. You might actually have physical people protecting you. And then you also have good luck. And what's interesting about this is, remember when we had the Knight of Cups here? The player card. Oops. Did not mean to. Hold on. Too much stuff. All right, hopefully that shows. So remember this Knight of Cups? Remember the heart here that had the hook in it? And this person's trying to hook your heart? Well, the heart has a crown on it. And so look at this cat. This black cat has like a crown on it. I find that interesting. And look at the little Fae faces. And you definitely have the Fae around you. Interesting. You might want to go out into nature more right now. Let's fix all of this rigmarole here. Let's see. Okay. Not completely destroy the layout. All right. So, okay. So you have tons of good luck around you, and that's also because you're protected. So it's because you have the Wheel of Fortune over here too. That's another good luck thing. We talked about great fortune. This is a really good luck time for you. So anything that you endeavor, anything that you put your mind to, that you focus on, and what you want, and everything is going to probably manifest pretty easily, much more quickly than usual, especially when this other person comes in, who I feel like it's going to be a big help for you. And you have the willpower. You have the willpower to push through it, because we have obstacles all the time. But you have the willpower. And this card, because she's got like two spheres in her hand and everything, it kind of reminds me of this card under here. It's laying over it too, the Two of Pentacles, where this person is juggling the Two Pentacles. This reminds me of that, and it's almost like you really you have the willpower and the clear sight to be able to know what to choose, what needs to go, and once you choose it, you choose to stick with it. So that's really excellent. Okay, so I want to know what your obstacles are. Let's see what your obstacles are. What are the obstacles for this collective, please? Obstacles. This is a really, really good reading. Like, I'm really, really glad for you, whomever this is for. It looks like things are really looking up for you. So let's just find out what your obstacles are, okay? What is this collective's obstacles? What are their obstacles, please? What are their obstacles, please? Obstacles. Wow. That's like the third time Ace of Wands has come up. Okay. All right. Obstacles. All right. Well, what I can see, because you have the Nine of Pentacles, Ace of Wands, and the Eight of Cups. So we had the Nine of Pentacles before, right? We had the Nine of Pentacles right here. This is that solo independent person who lives in luxury. It might be that you have a hard time believing that you can make it on your own. You might be so used to being in relationships or having people help you, like support you, or maybe it's daunting to think, oh, I've got to do all of this by myself. Like, I have to learn all this from scratch, all the different things I need to add on to this grouping of talents that I have to present it in the right way. I mean, I know what that's like, because, just putting together this tarot channel in this very unusual way with the drawing and all of that, and all the editing that goes on, and all the stuff that goes with it is stuff I had to learn from scratch. And of course, many, many, many years ago, I learned how to read cards. And many, 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 many years ago, I also learned about art. So, but I had to pull everything together. So that can be daunting when you have to learn a new program, or you have to learn how to invest money a certain way, or starting a new business that's brand new to you. A side gig, or maybe it's just a new person coming in, and you're just so used to being by yourself that someone coming in to have a relationship with you is like, I don't know what to do. So that's quite possible as well. And you have Waste of Wands here, which is the third time it's come up. So you've had it here and you had it here, but it's because it's obstacles. It's like you might be multi-talented and unable to focus on like just what things you should be putting together at the time. Also, there might be somebody who's struggling to know all of their talents, and there might be things that still need to emerge. You might need to practice some things and try some new things out to access something that's new and passionate. I mean, like in the movie Risk Cutters, he had to go through purgatory and meet people that way, in that sort of in between place, to really to find a new passion. So that could be like you might still feel like you're in purgatory, that you're still coming from that and looking for what you truly are passionate about, but you will. So, and here we've got the Eight of Cups, which is about walking away from things that don't work for you anymore, moving towards something better. And she's holding this hourglass and everything, and that tells me that, you might be feeling like you're running out of time or something. Maybe you're a little older. Maybe you're not like 18. It's been a long time since you've been 18, and you don't necessarily have your whole life ahead of you, but I wouldn't worry about that too much. We're going to get some solution cards on this, but I can see that you're kind of worried about maybe too much time has passed, or you're too old to learn something new. That's nonsense. You can go get a degree now, whatever age you are. You can be 65 years old or even older and still go get a degree or learn something new. Keep your mind fresh. And when you do learn new things and keep pushing yourself to learn new things, your mind does renew itself. So let's get some answers, some solutions. What are the best things? What are the best things that this collective can do to get the best results, please? That's what we want to know. What can they do to get best results, please? Okay, one more, please. The best thing that this collective could do to get best results. Okay. That kind of goes hand in hand. And then one more, please, for what this collective can do to get best results. Best results. Okay, good. That's all good advice. All right, you have expectations, voyage, and mirror. So this one's saying don't seek anyone's approval. You run it by yourself only. I mean, there are going to be people, because I saw there are a lot of people want to collaborate and work with you. They're going to like throw their 2 cents in. And some of it might be valuable. Some of it might be useful information that you can utilize for whatever your projects are and whatever you're building. But just keep in mind that it's your opinion and what you want, what you feel in your heart is the right thing, that will be the right way to go. Don't seek anyone's approval. You don't need to, you can... I did this tarot channel. I'll give you, that's an example. I do this tarot channel because I was called to do it, right? This is my calling. I was literally called to do it, but I don't seek anyone's approval. And there are people who criticize this type of work and this kind of message and everything, and that's fine. They can think whatever they want. I have no ill will towards anyone who has a different belief system or anything like that. But I do this because it's between me and the divine. It's between me and Great Spirit. This is my service. This is, how I use my talents to provide a service to those who need it. And I enjoy doing it too, so it serves me as well. This is very fulfilling, but it's also helpful to others. Interesting, because you have more like the fairy. See, I keep bringing up the fae. It seems like you're getting a lot of support from the fae realm. You definitely need to go outside. Yeah, just kind of commune with nature a bit. But don't seek anyone's approval. And this ties right into this, which says voyage. It says you already have all the answers. Everything's inside of you. And you just go into meditation or sit down and be quiet and still, and it'll surface. Sometimes the best time to figure things out is when you just wake up but you're not out of bed yet. That's a really nice sort of time to get answers. And you can set your intentions ahead of time before you go to sleep to get some answers, and it might come up in your dreams. I get a lot of that type of thing myself. Also, it says mirror, treat your body like the palace it is. So love yourself, love your body, be kind to yourself. You had 2 star cards in there, which is healing, and not just healing of the heart, but also healing your body and making sure that you're taking care of yourself. You're eating well, you're drinking plenty of water, that you're taking your supplements, that you're resting enough, that you're doing things that are non-stressful and creating peace in your in your environment, because, stress can really cause a lot of problems for us. And I'm seeing all these musical notes here. And so I really feel like part of this enjoying your body is like dancing. It's almost like she's dancing on the water here. And, she's listening to really high quality music. There might even be bird sounds in the background. I do this a lot to keep my energy really high vibing, which I find really helpful and useful. Yeah. Yeah, this is a lot of just really going in and enjoying yourself. Definitely ties into this Nine of Pentacles, this because this person enjoys their life. So let's pull one final deck here, an oracle deck, just to see if there's any last minute stuff that you need to know. And then I'm going to finish this drawing and tack it on to the end for you for the video. So here we go. Okay, any last messages for this collective, please? All right, another one, please. Anything this collective needs to know? Last minute advice. This one? Okay. One more, please. One more, please, for this collective. Something they need to know. All right. God, I always get this one when I pull this deck. Okay, again, this is like going out in nature. This is, Ogham is a very ancient Irish scratch form that they would like put into trees and things like that to leave messages for travelers or whoever came across it. So, but it has the word nature underneath it. Go out in nature. You've gotten that like at least 3 times now. Definitely some answers are out in nature, or somehow it's going to elevate your energy and help you get clear on, choices that you need to make. So shooting star. So you might have some questions that you need answered, and ask your guides, ask Great Spirit to give you a confirmation of some sort. So it's saying shooting star. So shooting star could be confirmation that you're on the right path, or it might be an answer to your question. If you're asking your ancestors, sometimes like white feathers work. Certain kinds of coins you might find, whatever it is that is a symbol of confirmation for you. Ask for that ahead of time, ask your questions, and then just forget about it and let it just come to you, and it will. So in whatever form you set as an intention. And then so you want to get clarity, and that's why you want this shooting star. And you need to go outdoors so that you can get the symbols and everything. So you got to go out of your house and possibly go out into the woods or nature, or just your backyard or something that's maybe around a tree. So yeah, so well, good for you. So you're on your path. You're doing well. Despite all of the the things that were darker in the past or that didn't work, you have taken the time to heal. I'm really happy to see that. You've got new passion coming in, whether it's romantic or otherwise. I see lots of projects coming for you, and it's a good luck time for you. You've had that multiple times. And good luck with this new love coming into. That's really, really nice. And I feel like they're going to be very good for you. But you make up your own decisions and your own choices. Don't go outside of yourself too much for any kind of answers. You've got it inside of yourself. It's between you and Great Spirit. So anyway, I hope that helps. I love doing this. This is great fun, and I hope you found some answers in here for yourself. And if you like what I do, please go ahead, like and subscribe, because that helps the channel grow and it will help more people. And I'll get this drawing done for you. So until next time, thank you. Bye-bye.